So, well, because the last guy we had sucked. And he talked too much. So with that in mind, given the fact that you all had too much to drink already, I just put together a couple thoughts, and I will go through every fucking page.
Ella's not here!
Well, that's not my problem. So, I wanted to thank, first of all, Ella for inviting me, although she's not here, so I'm not sure what that says. Put this together, that was really nice.
Don't worry, if you fail, it's Tony's fault.
If she failed, whatever.
Hey, fuckers, huddling doesn't make you any quieter.
Shut up, King. Hey, time is time.
Ryan Wagner, I expected more of you. Come on, straighten up.
Hey, food thrower, shut the
give
fuck
alcohol
up.
to a sailor, you expect him to act responsibly. I'm not sure how that works. It certainly didn't work in my day, so not much has changed.
Amen, brother.
So first I wanted to thank Chief Salas and the Dining Room Committee for asking me to speak at this evening's event, and I am honored to be given the opportunity to spend some time with a distinguished group of Navy Chiefs, and particularly the overachievers in the group, and that includes Scott Welker and John Cryer.
Oh, yeah!
Scott, your face is red.
I can just take a minute. How the fuck did that happen?
Oh!
How did that happen? 1, 2, 1, 2.
We all said the same thing.
Yeah, I tried to shit can him in Monterey. Failed. All right, and next I want to, on a serious note, I want to thank each and every one of you in the room for doing what you do each and every day. Sacrifice and dedication to duty are more than just sentimental slogans to initiated Navy Chiefs. They are the bedrock principles upon which we live our lives, lead our sailors, and serve our country. And that may sound trite, especially after a couple of brews and some really shitty limericks. Nothing personal. I wasn't looking at you. No. But I mean that. So when I asked what the topic was supposed to be, I was told it's the Year of the Chief, so you can go check it out on the Heritage Foundation website. So I did, and it said, "This is the Year of the Chief." Yeah, that's fucking great. That's helpful. So then I went and did, the regular digging around on the GoLocker.com, and then the Navy Memorial Foundation and NavyChief.com, and then I realized that, you know what, I never fucking did that when I was in the Navy. I just didn't. And while there was lots of information and important details related to the topic as it applies to heritage and tradition, you guys don't want to hear that shit any more than I want to tell it to you, right? If you want to know that, you know where to find it. So I just figured we'd talk about something that we all do, right? And something that we all do is we take care of each other. And we take care of each other because that's the way we were raised. And it's what we do. It's just what we do. So I think I'm just going to give a couple of examples of how we take care of each other, and then I'll let you guys go on about your business of drinking grog and taking care of sailors. Or whatever the fuck it is you're doing over there. So the first way I think that we do that is, when the chips are down. For me, that's when you really know that it matters, that you're wearing this uniform and the anchors. And I think back to a couple of examples. One was a shipmate, Gail Seaton. Her daughter was murdered a few years back. I was still in the Navy.
2005.
And we went over. Of course, it was horrific, and we went over and talked to her. And the thing that really stuck in my mind was when we went to the memorial service for her daughter. When I walked in that church, my eyes just filled with tears because there were so many chiefs. It was just incredible. It was a sea of white. And it was a show of respect. And it was honoring not only her daughter, but it was honoring Gail, and it was honoring Mike and their service to their country. And it really made me feel like I was a part of something bigger than just me and just this mess. And that's really what it's all about. And why did we, the collective, do that? Because it's what we do. And then a couple years ago, Chief Velez passed away. And I've been retired for a few years and hadn't been keeping in touch with anyone because I suck. And so I sent a note to Tom McGarry and said, "Hey, Tom, so is there going to be a service for her?" And he turned around in just, it's like 10 minutes, actually. Somebody showed him how to use the internet. So. I was pretty good. And, he said, "Yeah, Murph, it's going to be, this is where it's going to be. This is the time." And I came up here, and once again, here's this sea of Navy Chiefs. and petty officers and officers, but again, this is a chief function and this is a chief family, and that's what we do for each other. And then the next thing that comes to mind is something that a friend of mine said, is, did you ever realize that there's no such thing as a famous Navy chief, right? And so I never really thought about that, and Sharky doesn't count. So why is that? Why is there no such thing as a famous Navy chief? And I think the answer for that is, it kind of falls right in line with what we were talking about. And I think that's because when we, the collective, do the next right thing, when we really focus on the core values of honor, courage, and commitment, when we take care of our sailors, we don't look for credit. We don't seek attention. We don't. We shy away from the limelight, and we put principles above personalities. And why do we do that? Because it's what we do. It's what we do. And finally, and I know you guys want this to go on longer, and that's why I wanted to talk about when I first realized that I wanted to be in the Navy. I was 7. I'm just kidding. Fuck that. The last thing is that, when you look at the Chief's Fouled Anchor and you see that the U stands for unity, and the S stands for service, and the N stands for navigation. And that's great. And that's really great when you're going through Chief's initiation. That shit's important, right? But let's look at the first two there. The first two is us. It's just us. And I can tell you from experience, having retired a few years ago, and I'm sure that Tom can attest to this as well, this never goes away. This is always going to be there. And if you're gone for 3 or 4 years and you reach out to Tom McGarry or someone else for help, it's always going to be there. It doesn't matter how far down you go or how high up you are, we're always going to be there for each other. And I don't think you really appreciate it, or at least I didn't appreciate it as much when I was in uniform, because I took it for granted. Right? Because we do that. That's also what we do. So remember that when you're talking to one another, whether it's your sailors or your fellow chiefs or anyone else, that everything that you say and everything that you do matters. Take care of each other. Remember that you guys are, we're a family, as fucked up and dysfunctional as we are. And certainly from tonight's any example, oh my God. I mean, it could be a Dr. Drew, Dr. Phil, fucking Oprah, there could be all kinds of things. But, at the end of the day, I'm really proud to be a Navy chief, and I don't know that I realized I was proud when I was a Navy chief, and I realized when I retired how proud I was, but really, until tonight, coming back up here and seeing some old faces, and, walking in here, my first thought was, I don't know any of these motherfuckers. I mean that in the best possible. I don't know motherfuckers like, motherfuckers. And then my next thought was, yeah, I do. I do know you guys. I know all of you, because you're just like me. We're the same. We were all raised the same way. And I'm really proud to be a part of the group. I'm proud to be a Navy Chief Petty Officer. I thank you guys so much for inviting me tonight. So now let's go get back to it. Yeah!
Navy Chief! Navy Chief! Navy Chief! Hoo-yah!
I just have to say, after that inspirational speech, any motherfucker who hasn't hit the ground